Question number 81. Which among the following plays did cause outrage and riots when it was first performed at the Abbey Theatre? The answer is J.M. Synge's The Playboy of the Western World. The reason for the outrage and riots was that the Irish nationalists and Republicans, according to them, the contents of the play were, offensive. It was against the public morals and an insult against Ireland. So they conducted this outrage and riots. Next question. Whose role did Roger Blin, the director, play when En Atengudo was premiered at Theatre de Babylon? The answer is C. Poso. Next, Children of Violence is a series of 5 novels written by Doris Lessing. And the 5 novels are Martha Quest, A Proper Marriage, A Ripple from the Storm, Landlocked, and The Four-Gated City. Choose the correct comments on Aristotle's Poetics. Option C is the answer. That is, tragedy is addressed to an inferior public. Tragedy is superior to epic. And epic is addressed to a cultivated audience. Question number 85. Who among the following argued that complete equivalence cannot take place in translation and declared only creative transposition is possible? Roman Jakobson. Option A. Choose the correct statements about Longinus on the sublime. Answer is option B, 1 and 4 only. Longinus believes that in Odyssey, Homer couldn't preserve the sustained energy of the Iliad. According to Longinus, Sappho has an exceptional skill in taking up the most striking emotions to combine them into a single whole. Question number 87. The term seems to suggest the poetic capacity to efface one's own mental identity by immersing it sympathetically and spontaneously within the subject described. Answer is negative capability. The term was used by John Keats. Okay, next question number 88. For S.T. Coleridge, dash is arbitrary bringing together of things that lie remote and forming them into a unity. The answer is option C, fancy. Who among the following is not a leading figure in the Frankfurt School of Marxist Aesthetics? Lucian Goldman. Option D. Match the following. You have to match the text with the passages. And the option B is the answer. An apology for poetry. Poetry had been the first light giver to ignorance and first nurse, whose milk by little and little enabled them to feed afterwards of tougher knowledge. Preface to Shakespeare. 1. Nothing can please many and please long, but just representations of general nature. And tradition and individual talent. 2. No poet, no artist of any art has his complete meaning alone. His significance, his appreciation of his relation to the dead poets and artists. And last, the language of paradox. 3. The tendency of science is necessarily to stabilize terms, to freeze them into strict denotations. The poet's tendency is, by contrast, disruptive. The terms are continually modifying each other and thus violating their dictionary meanings. Identify the wrong statement about Roland Barthes' essay, The Death of the Author, given below. Option B. Barthes' views are nothing but a restatement of the new critical dogma about the literary work's autonomy. Next, according to Jacques Derrida, dash implies all forms of thought based on an authorizing foundation, characteristic of Western philosophy since Plato. Logocentrism. Choose the correct chronological sequence of the given feminist text. Option A is the answer. The Second Sex, 1949. The Feminine Mystique, 1963. Sexual Politics, 1970. A Literature of Their Own, 1977. Who translated a selection of Namdeo Dasal's poems into English, published under the title Namdeo Dasal, Poet of the Underworld, 2007. Answer is option C, Dilip Chitre. Staying Alive, Women, Ecology and Development is a work by Vandana Shiva, option B. Who among the following are generally considered as a holy trinity of colonial discourse analysis? Answer is option B, Edward Said, Gayatri Chakravarti Spivak and Homi K. Baba. Who among the following is generally regarded as a father of Alamkara school of Sanskrit poetics? It's Bhamaha, option D. Next, match the following. You have to match the text with the author. And the answer is option A itself. Kavya Alankara Sutras, Vamana. Lochana, Abhinavagupta. Vakrojivita, Kuntaka. Dhvanyaloka, Anandavardhana. Yoknapatafa is a fictional country created by Herman Melville. Next, again match the following with dramatists and theatres. Answer is option A, Edward Bond, The Rational Theatre. Amiri Baraka, The Revolutionary Theatre. Bertolt Brecht, Epic Theatre. And Tennessee Williams, The Plastic Theatre. Now choose a correct chronological sequence of American novels given below. Option B is the answer. That is Moby Dick, 1851. Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, 1884. Then The Grapes of Wrath, 1939. And Herzog, 1964. American Renaissance Art and Expression in the Age of Emerson and Whitman is a work by F.O. Mattheson. Which among the following is a group of poets that shares a common characteristic features listed below? Highly subjective expression of personality, a sense of incompleteness, longing for pain, self-loathing, inescapable preoccupation with death. And the answer is option C, Robert Lowell, Sylvia Plath, Annie Sexton. Who among the following won the prestigious Hawthornden Prize in 1957-58 for his collection A Beginning? Answer is Dom Morris, option B. Find out Chinua Achebe's African trilogy from the following. Answer is option D, Things Fall Apart, No Longer It Is, and Arrow of God. Again, match the following with the author and award won. So the option B is the answer. Arundhati Roy, Booker Prize 1997. Manjula Padmanabhan, Onassis Prize 1997. Jhumpa Lahiri, Pulitzer Prize 2000. And Rohinton Mistry, the Commonwealth Writers Prize 1992. The collected poems of A.K. Ramanujan has been divided into 4 sections. Which among the following is arranged in the correct chronological order? And the option C is the answer. The Striders, 1966. The Relations, 1971. The Second Sight, 1986. And The Black Hen, 1995. The analogical creation of a new work from an existing word falsely assumed to be its derivative is called backformation. Choose the correct statements about Werner's law from the following. And option B is the answer. Werner's law describes a historical sound change in the Proto-Germanic language. According to this law, voiceless fricatives following an unstressed syllable became voiced fricatives. The English place names Derby, Grimsby, Rugby, Whitby, etc. are said to be a clear evidence of Scandinavian influence. Bowl and the Nightingale is one of the better known poems of the Middle English period. Author of Marks of Conquest 1989 is Gauri Vishwanathan, option A. The silent way of language teaching was devised by Caleb Getechno. Choose the correct statements about summative evaluation given below. And option D is answer. Summative evaluation comes at the end of the term, course, or program of teaching. The purpose of summative evaluation is to grade and promote pupils. Dash usually refers to teaching the English language to university students or people already in employment with reference to the particular vocabulary and skills they need. It is ESP, that is English for specific purposes. In this case, English is treated as a second language or a foreign language. Next, match the following phonological terms given under list first with their features given under list second, and option C is the answer. That is intonation, the pitch pattern of speech. Assimilation, one sound is influenced by the characteristics of an adjacent sound. And elision means deletion of certain sounds in connected speech. And stress is the relative prominence of a syllable within a word. So Walter Scott's novel set in Palestine during the Crusades. It is The Talisman. Four Quartets was published as a book in 1943. It was written by T.S. Eliot. The period of 1744 to 1784 is known in British literary history as the Age of Sensibility. And the last question, who edited the influential anthology New Lines, which marked the beginning of movement poetry in 1956? And the answer is Robert Conquest. So that's all. Here ends question paper, set question paper. Thank you.